What's the most romantic thing that you have done?
I've written pages and pages of letters. I have my first date with my wife. I drove her from Chennai to Pondicherry is like an hour and a half. So I think our folks thought we were going to get coffee. I drove an hour and a half to Pondicherry. We spoke for like 4 hours or something, and I drove back. Schoolmates who met for a cup of coffee.
Oh, lovely. This was not the Pondicherry coffee, but.
That was the next day, I think.
Oh,
that was after I figured she's interested. Weirdly, universe, signs. I kept seeing my wife Amaal out in Chennai. For like 2 weeks, I kept bumping into her. And all of my life, I've not seen this girl out. I didn't know what I was going to do, if I'd make it. I wasn't sure that I would act. Film wasn't a choice. So I was trying to do everything else and succeed and not spoil the family reputation.
So the person had come to drop me to the airport, and you were saying, okay, bye, and I was feeling a little sad, and then they came and on the flight with me and dropped me.
Oh, they jumped on the plane?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
To the destination.
You have loved her voice forever, especially the song in Shersha has catapulted her into the big league. And you have loved this man, God knows since when, because when we saw the music video, Heeriye, I don't know if you saw the reactions. There was a flutter in the stomach of many who watch the song with me right now. The song is out and it's amazing. It's got a different concept. It's again a love song. It's your first music video, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it is.
What was the reason why you said yes to this, and why weren't you saying yes to any before this?
2 reasons, Jasleen, and the song.
So these are the only 2 reasons.
Yeah.
What about you? This is a space that you've mastered. मुझे बोलना है कि वो जो गाना है ना, वो गाना सुन के मैं इतना रोया हूँ, okay? That I felt like there's a different relatability to the voice. Sometimes you connect with what the singer is feeling, or what the singer is making you feel. Even in this song, you and Arijit have created it, and it's amazing. This is the first with Arijit, if I'm not wrong.
First romantic song with Arijit, yeah.
So I want to know where did it stem from, the whole idea of time travel, love, and putting it into a love song?
So it happened like one thing at a time. First I came up with the melody, then my lyricist Aditya, he wrote the lyrics, and then we had a song, and then my director Tani Tanvi, it was her idea about the story, and then we thought we had something cool. Maybe we can approach Dulquer and let's see. Like, we've got nothing to lose. He like zyada se zyada he'll say no, right? And we sent him the song, and so he said yes, and then we were like, okay, let's make it big and make it right. And then Arijit came on board after the song was done. Yeah.
DQ, I think that, do you realize the amount of fan following you have, and do you realize and do you accept the kind of love and acceptance that you get from this side of?
I'm very grateful for the love, but I don't particularly subscribe to half the things they say. I mean, it's very sweet. I know me. I've lived with me, grown up with me. A lot of it, I think, comes from the men I get to play on screen and the stories I've been able to be a part of. That's not all me, right? Yeah.
No, but I'll tell you this, okay? This was the screening of Zoya Factor. It was a row. It was a row of journalists and friends and God knows how many. We were all gonna meet him after the show. And that row, every time he came, there was a hoot, there was a whoop, and it has happened, okay? You're a very shy person. But how do you take these kind of compliments, which are a little like, sometimes, it's...
Like, my hands are sweaty. Every time I get so many compliments, I'm just like, get me out of here.
Really?
I want to run. I'm just like...
You're shy with compliments?
What do you do with if somebody gives you a criticism, you can be like, oh, I'll try and be better. What do you do with the compliment? You can politely say thank you. But then a lot of the times, they don't stop at that. No? It keeps going on. Then you don't have anything else to say.
That's true.
You just stand there and,
I want to know what's the worst pickup line that has been used on both of you. Worst compliment, like the cheesiest compliment.
Whenever that happens, I always make a mental note, but now I don't remember.
I don't know if there's ever been a pickup line.
Cheesiest compliment.
No, nothing cheesy.
Nothing cheesy?
I'll get something about voice, or I think somebody said I smell good, or my hair or something.
Okay.
Also, I've been like off this whole market for so long, and I don't think women would go up to men and use pickup lines when we were growing up.
Though I don't think so. Did you see? And they didn't realize that
This
their
didn't happen.
reactions, you could see them in the mirror. I just told them, I wish I told him during my interviews what she said. I said, it's okay, he can see it. And then she's
Okay.
like, oh!
I'll tell you what. This never happens at the right time. Like when you're young and single and want this attention, it doesn't come, right? Because as boys, we're still figuring out or studying or figuring out life or whatever. When you become men, you're already kind of taken or spoken for. So yeah,
Then it doesn't matter.
the timing of the universe is always off.
Yeah, that's true. But I want to know, if you could time travel in your life, go back in the past and change something, and go into the future and make something for yourself, what would be the two things that you would do?
I would just go back and tell my younger self that you'll be fine, you'll do well in life. Because that was a big question mark in my head.
There was a question mark?
Oh yeah, big time.
Why?
I don't know what I was going to do, if I'd make it. Or I wasn't sure that I would act. I mean, film wasn't a choice. So I was trying to do everything else and succeed and not spoil the family reputation or whatever. That didn't happen. I eventually found myself in film, and that is also a big question mark because I had really big shoes to fill. So all those years of doubting and insecurity, I think today, if I could go back, I'd tell them, don't worry about it, we'll be fine.
And future?
Nothing. I wanna play it by ear.
Okay. What about you?
Okay. I think I would want to go back and also like tell myself the similar thing that you'll make it. It's going to be fine. It's going to pay off the hard work.
But did you also have a teeny tiny voice inside you telling you that you will make it? Like, did you have
I
some
did,
weird
but
belief?
it takes like sometimes you have like bad days and nothing's working out, and
Yeah.
so yeah, I'll just tell myself to be patient, like because I've been a very impatient person, and also like I would keep going back in time now and then to have more time with my dog. So like because they age faster, right? So
Yeah, I do the same with my child. Like,
yeah, and
every time I come back home, like, you've gotten this much taller, your legs are this much longer, slow down.
Slow down.
yeah.
Okay. What's the most romantic thing that you have done for a loved one? And what's the most romantic thing somebody has ever done for you?
Dulquer, you go first.
What is the most romantic thing? I've written pages and pages of letters. I have my first date with my wife. I drove her from Chennai to Pondicherry, is like an hour and a half. So I think our folks thought we were going to get coffee. I drove an hour and a half to Pondicherry. We spoke for like 4 hours or something, and I drove back. I don't know if that's romantic.
That is.
That's borderline creepy, like kidnapping.
No.
They're like, are you kidnapping my daughter or something? But the most romantic thing someone's ever done for me is plan this whole elaborate dinner, candlelight, which I didn't think I would enjoy, but actually it was, special.
What about you?
I think I've written songs.
Of course.
Surprise.
Which song did you write? Did you sing it
Are
eventually?
Many,
any
huh?
Are any of your hits written for a special someone? Do one of them have that story?
I mean, every song has a story, so yeah. And I'll leave it at that. And the most romantic thing someone has done for me is like, so the person had come to drop me to the airport, and he was saying, okay, bye, and I was feeling a little sad. And then they came and on the flight with me and dropped me.
Oh, they jumped on the plane?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
To the destination.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
oh, wow. That was romantic.
I want to know, where are these people? Why don't I have any like these? I think I am the person who would do that.
Yeah?
That's why I don't have somebody doing it for me. That's how the universe works, I feel. But I want to know that how would you define love in your life? Because everybody has, I'm not talking about romance, I'm talking about love. Love can be anything.
I think it has to be totally selfless, no? Like, it's,
Yeah.
a lot of the times it's selfish. Because, like what you said just now, I do all this for this person and I don't get anything back.
It's true.
Yeah, but I don't think it's conditional or transactional, right? It's
True.
you should do it without expecting anything.
But do you think that love can happen without expectations? Like, this is something that I get to hear a lot, and this is from personal experience. But I was just telling somebody yesterday, like, even between your parents and you, there is a certain amount of expectation, right? Which is healthy. I'm not talking about unhealthy expectations, but a little amount of expectation, because when you love somebody, only then you can like feel कि अच्छा हक है ना, ये तो ये करेंगे मेरे लिए, ऐसा जो expectation होता है.
But yeah, but I think it's a very human thing, right? Like I've given so much love to this child. This child better do something for me or something. I don't know.
I think it's reciprocation also.
Yeah,
What you-
reciprocation
Yeah,
in a way.
reciprocation. I think that is something healthy. Like,
Correct. Yeah. It has to be two-sided.
Also, like it depends what your love language is.
What
are the
is your
first-
love language?
This is a new thing, right? It's-
Yeah,
I'm seeing it everywhere. What is your love language?
Huh?
I want all five.
What?
All five.
What is all five?
All the five love languages.
There are 5 love languages.
5, yeah.
Oh, even I am.
You don't know this.
I'm an oldie in my. Can you please tell us what are the 5 languages? Excuse
There's
me.
quality time,
Okay.
acts of services, like if you want little things taken care of,
Okay.
like if you're going somewhere, you want to be dropped off without even saying that, I need a ride, or like little things. Then there's physical touch, then there's gifts, and then there is words of affirmation. Like, sometimes you need a pep talk, or
Wow, man.
like words of affirmation, or also like more like vocal, expressive.
Listen, all this, I didn't have any clue. You also didn't have any clue, right?
You think you're like an old soul. Imagine me.
Listen, excuse me, you and I don't have so much of an age difference. Just
Okay, then we're
letting
on the
you
same
know.
page.
Just letting you know. But also, I want to ask you this, that your and your wife's love story is like iconic. Not many people know actually how it started. How did it start? And when it started, did you keep it hidden from your family? And how did you break it to your family?
No, it's not very iconic. It's very.
It's very
It's very.
teenage.
It's very 2000s, and there's
Yeah,
social
teenage.
media is involved in it. Like, as in at least how I approached her. But we did both go to the same school. She was 5 years my junior, which is again creepy. Because I mean, when I was in the 12th, she was in the 7th, she's like a child. So I didn't look at her like that then. But I mean, Chennai is not a very big city in the sense everybody kind of knows everybody, so you kind of grow up around the same people. So I did all my, I went to college, I came back and had my share of relationships and everything. And at a certain age in my family, the men start to be forced to, time to settle down or like find somebody, or we'll find somebody for you, or whatever it is. And I don't like the whole arranged marriage process. Like I can't go meet somebody and accept or reject her or something. I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I refused. And then for some reason, just like weirdly universe signs, I kept seeing my wife Amaal out in Chennai. And for like 2 weeks, I kept bumping into her. And all of my life, I've not seen this girl out. And I was like, why is she popping up suddenly everywhere? Like random places, like at the movies or at the salon or something. Somewhere I keep seeing her. And I was like, maybe this is a sign. So I reached out to her old school, like on Facebook or something. I said, hey, I don't know if you remember me from school. I'm your senior. And yeah, and we decided to meet. But all this was with parents knowing,
Parents knew it.
I was like, look, there's this girl in my school. She's, we know, like, my friends know the families and stuff. I think that's a possible alliance. But I want to first meet her and see if there's something there. So if you guys are all okay with it, everybody involved. I told her also, tell your parents, we'll officially meet for a coffee. If there's nothing there, we'll just be schoolmates who met for a cup of coffee.
Oh, lovely. This was not the Pondicherry coffee, but.
That was the next day, I think.
Oh, that
I
was
mean,
the next.
that was after I figured she's interested. Too.
Oh, that was the next day. Imagine. Has anything happened like this in your life? This kind of an episode?
No.
Not really. Rubbish. You're lying. No?
She's like, I'm not ready to share yet.
Yeah, you're lying. No.
When I'm ready, I will.
I'm like, it's fine. Like, let's stay at Dulquer.
No. I want to know your story as well. You know the love language. We don't even know what is love
It's
language.
very simple. Like, love. You got the whole hang of
Just
love
to-
language.
We
love,
did,
yeah.
but what has happened in your life? Don't digress.
No. Right now I'm single.
So, जब उठा तब की बात बोल रहे हैं ना?
Like, past in the past now. Like, done with it.
Really well. It's already raging, and I hope that we do another success interview very soon.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, this is Jasleen Royal,
Hi, this is Dulquer Salmaan.
and you're watching us on Bollywood Bubble.